Hello, welcome back to River's Edge Homestead. Step 3 of putting this little Gio quad bat together. A little bit of a recap of what we've had to do so far. So when the quad comes, as you saw in my first video, the front rack is loose. It can move. Steering wheel and gear shift selector indicator is loose. The back rack is not on the machine. Okay, so to install this, the front nose piece comes separate. So what you have to do is, when the shipping crate, the very bottom bolts down here, hold it onto the shipping crate. So you got to let back those off and disconnect it from the shipping crate, put it on a stand of some sort, and you're going to put this nose on. Now the nose takes 6 bolts. So down here at the very bottom, you're going to have a nose bolt. About midway, there's another set that goes in, and then the final set goes on this front part of your rack. Okay, and that makes that nice and sturdy. Okay, steering wheel. In your bag of parts, you're going to see these clamps and these bolts. So the gear shift selector goes on, the steering wheel goes on, and then you bolt it all down to that plate that's there. Okay, that's probably the most difficult, mostly because of the wires and trying to line up all the holes. You only got 2 hands. Make it easier if you had a person helping you, but that's what needs to be done also. Back rack comes in 2 pieces. Okay, this piece here comes separate, and there's 4 bolts tucked up underneath in there. So you can see that's how you put the bottom on, and then the top, there's 4 bolts that are in your kit. You just bolt it all together, your back rack is on. So not a whole lot to this thing. Now to put the skis on. The skis come in 2 pieces. Okay, you see the ski there. And also what you have is a pillar. Okay, this is the pillar. Pillar has, now the skis, I'm not sure if you matters which side you use, but the pillars definitely have a left and right side. Now you can kind of see on the back here, there's a little bit of a slot and some plates. When you pull the brakes off, you just slide them forward. You're going to see there's a sort of a tab there. That's what the pillar is going to slide on. Okay, the thing also does not come with the tie rod connected, so you're going to have to do that also. You're going to have to connect up the tie rod. It just goes into a small hole here. When it's shipped, these things are turned all the way forward. Okay, now because you don't use brakes on the ski system, you're going to remove the drum brakes, and they just slide off. Now if you take this spring here and you compress it like that, that'll give you enough slack here on this handle that you can just, where's the cord? I've pulled it down already a lot. You could just pop it out here. This part will pop out, and you could take this whole cable. You could feed it down here. There might be a tie wrap or something. Oh, there it is right there. Caught on something. So you could just kind of feed it down, and you could pull your whole brake assembly, including the cable, right off the machine. Okay. Now to get it off, you got to take the cotter pin out, back the nut off, and they'll take the washer off, and this whole brake assembly will come off. And then we put this on. Yeah, don't drop it. It's going to slide on. You're going to tie it on with the bolt assembly here. Make sure you put your tie rod in, and your skis are now on. Reverse goes into effect when you're putting your tires back on. Take your ski off, put your drum brake back on, bring the cable up, hook it up, and you then put your tire back on. Okay, so that's step 3 of putting the skis on this unit, and I'll show you how we make out when we got them on, and we'll carry on with step 4, which is putting the tracks on the back. Anyway, this is River's Edge Homestead, and you have a good day.